This session is to show how to download and configure the Akra add-on. The first step is to log in into the Akra Cloud account. After logging in, the first step is to go to the admin tab, URL config, add the URL of the application which you want to do the recording. So this is my URL, and I give a name for the URL and you create it. So this is my URL, it's already added. The next step is to give myself the access to this URL. So I create a new entry. I select the URL for which I need to give access to myself, and I select my email ID and I create. Alright, so I have been given access to the GD URL on which I'm going to perform the recording. Next, I need to go to the Downloads tab, and there are multiple captors available for download. JD 9.1 and 9.2 are specific for Oracle JD Enterprise 1, and generic captor is for generic web applications. So here I'll download the JD 9.2 captor. Now the captor has been downloaded. I unzip the captor. Now I have unzipped the add-on folder, and to configure it to my browser, I go to Chrome. It can be configured only in a Chrome browser. I go to More Tools, Extensions, click on Load Unpack, and select the folder of the add-on and just say select. Now my add-on is configured. This is the add-on for JD 9.2, and you can see an icon here which indicates the Akra test case capture. Alright, in order to use the Akra test capture for creating scripts, that is to do recording, we need to move to the automation assets page and create test sets. I already have created a parent test set and a child test set, and I also need to create a test case underneath. I create a test case. Once the test case is created, I click on the record test steps button. And now Akra is ready to record the actions that we perform. So I'm going to perform the actions in JDE. I'm logging into JDE. Opening an application. Doing a search. Opening a record. Editing a field. Saving the record. Closing the record. Closing the application. And logging out. Now if we go back to the Akra cloud, we can see all the steps are being captured and the sign out was just created. So this is how we perform the recording uh, using the test captor in Akra. Thank you. In this session, we are going to see how to download and configure the Akra execution engine. So to get started, you log in into your Akra cloud account, and once you have logged in, you go to the download menu and you download the test execution engine and the properties file. So I start the test execution engine and also start the download of the properties file. Once the Akra engine is downloaded, it has to be unzipped, and the property file needs to be copied inside the Akra engine folder. And once that is done, if the engine is being run in the Windows machine, execute.cmd can be used. If you just double click execute.cmd, the Akra UI would pop up. And if the machine where engine is run is a Linux machine or a Mac machine, you'll have to use the terminal and go to this path and run the shell script. And that's what I'm going to do. So this is the path where the Akra engine has been extracted. I'm listing the contents of the Akra engine folder, and my execute.sh file is present, and I've copied the properties file as well. So now I'm going to run the shell script. So this is the Akra engine UI, and by default it is already started. You can stop the engine as well. So now your engine is ready to run the Akra tests.